Isn't this just a bunch of BS? It has snowed the last 3 days. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I know, I live in Ohio. What do I expect? This happens. And February is usually our worst month. It's the coldest days, it's the snowiest days, and I'm already over it. Come on, spring. Come on, summer. Where you been? Hi guys, my name is Andy and I am the Resale Chick. Welcome to my channel. Glad to have you. I sell full-time on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and occasionally Amazon. So, how was everybody's weekend? Was it lucrative? Did you sell lots of stuff? What was your best sale? Tell me in the comments, what was your best sale? We did okay. The weekend itself was really good. But the week leading up to it, it was okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we did pretty decently. Thursday, Friday were not good. I think Friday, Friday I shipped out one package. One little baby package. It's okay, I'll take it. It's better than nothing, right? So, I'm going to let you know what we sold this weekend, and some of the things are from this past week as well, but mostly from this weekend. So let's get started. First up, we sold this Snuggler Ski Wear Stirrup Pants. They're women's ski pants. We sold those for $28.88 plus shipping. I have $5 into them. Yeah, these are the stirrup kind that fit like down in the boots. They're not the big, snow pants. These are more of like a ski pant. I don't know. I got those at Goodwill, $5. Next up are these Merrell Women's Mary Janes. I have everything written down in case you see me looking down. I have everything written down because I can't remember. I can't remember this stuff. These Merrell Women's Mary Janes, we sold those for $28.88 plus shipping. I bought these at a Goodwill for $6, and I almost kept these. I like them a lot. I have a pair of Keens that I found that are women's, and I may keep those. If they don't sell before summer, then it wasn't meant to be. So, but if they don't sell by summer, I think I'm going to keep them for a while. We do a lot of, we fish a lot in the summer out on the boat. So, yeah, I think those would be nice to have. Next up, these Levi's 527 jeans. We sold them for, these are men's jeans. We sold them for $29.88. These were free shipping. I'm doing a little experiment to see. I'm doing free shipping on some things to see if they sell quicker, they sell better, whatever. So far, I'm not really noticing a difference in the things that I have free shipping. And I make sure that I'm doing free shipping on things that I have quite a bit of so I can see the difference. I don't know. It's an experiment. We're just kind of looking to see what works. I don't know. Next up, these Levi's 559s we sold for $24.88 plus shipping. It's a little bit less than what we usually sell them for. These were in really great condition, but they didn't look new. So I kind of priced them a little lower. Plus shipping. Again, $5 into them. Goodwill. Next up, this Vintage Moses the Kitten book. It's from 1984, so it's not like old vintage, but it is vintage. This is from a storage unit that my mom had that was in our family, or the things were in our family, and it wasn't really doing anybody any good sitting in a storage unit. So she's told us if we helped her clean it out, we could have everything. So I have a lot of books. So I'm okay with selling them for some of them for $4, $5, $6, because there were some that were more sought after that I've gotten a higher price for and have them listed for a higher price. Some of those books were from when my mom was young. Some of them were mine when I was little, and some of them were, just books that we've picked up that we had picked up along the way, or my mom had picked up, or whatever. So I'm okay with selling it for $4.88. I have zero into it. It was plus shipping. Next up, this Krups thermal carafe. I bought this at a Goodwill for $4, sold it for $24.88 plus shipping. This went to a movie house in California. I thought that's kind of cool, right? I think it's interesting when you sell things to production studios or movie houses or whatever. I had these 3 Tilby hats. Tilby hats are like a fedora, but they're a little different. They're not quite as wide brimmed, and there's like a little divot in the top. So I bought them at a yard sale for $5 a piece. They were original vintage from the 40s, never been worn. Yeah, they were very cool. And I got a really good profit on those. I think I sold one. I don't remember what the first 2 I sold, but I know it was like $65 and one for $75. And then I sold one for over $100. They still had the hat boxes and everything. And the one I sold for $100 went to a movie studio in Studio City, California. And so I like to think that it's going to be in a movie. Yeah, how cool is that? I think it's pretty cool. Next up are these Vigos skinny distressed jeans. I took a best offer of $15 for these because we've had them forever. About 4 years ago and before, Vigos jeans were worth buying. They would sell for about $28 to $30 plus shipping for us, but they just don't sell like that anymore, and we've had these for a long time. So I was okay getting them out. Next up is this Dimensions cross stitch kit. It was teddy bears and I think some blocks or something. It looked like it would be for a nursery. I always pick up cross stitch kits as long as they're sealed and unopened, undone, whatever. I always pick them up, especially if they're Bucilla brand. I think Bucilla is a little bit higher end brand than the Dimensions. However, I'll pick up those too. I've had some sell for a really good profit. And so this one sold for $26.88 plus shipping, and I have $3 into it. Oh, and another thing, like I try to pick up a lot of Christmas ones, and I sell those all year round because that's something that needs to be done. People buy it to make the picture, and it takes a while to do. So they're not going to necessarily buy it at Christmas time. So I list those all year round and sell them all year round. Next up, this E-Wave convection oven. This is the manual. The next 2 items sold to the same person. And then I'll tell you about this E-Wave oven. So the convection oven manual I sold for $4.88. And then the base to the E-Wave convection oven itself sold for $14.88. Now, I bought the complete convection oven at a yard sale for $5, and it had never been used. It was not in box, but it had never been used, and selling as a whole was not as, I wasn't going to make near as much, so I parted it out, which I do with small appliances and things like that. And so to date, I have sold the lid, which is also the motor, for $26. I've sold the glass bowl for $30, and it was like a big glass bowl. I sold the short trivet for $12 and the tall trivet for $15. The tall trivet I sold on Facebook Marketplace for $15. So altogether, that $5 convection oven, I've made $102. So don't overlook small appliances. Even if they don't work, say like you buy a food processor that doesn't work, sell the base, the lid, the little food pusher, the blades, the disc, the stem, all of that will sell separately. And yeah, you might be sitting on it for a little while to find the buyer that had that Hamilton Beach 1980s whatever, but that's actually how we started selling parts. One of my best friends, she is the socially awkward seller on YouTube and Instagram. And she says she parts out a lot of small appliances and things like that and makes really good profit on it. So she kind of guided me to do that when we started selling, when we moved into hard goods. We would be out thrifting together, and at that time I only sold clothing, and she would pick up an old, food processor or whatever, and I'm like, do those sell? And she's like, no, you part them out. So that's what I do now. Whatever. Next up is this vintage Avon basket weave ring. I have 0 into this. This was in the storage unit. Took a best offer of $12 for that. Free shipping. It only costs like $3 to ship. Next up, vintage. No, these aren't vintage. Levi's 505s. This was a mistake. So I bought them. They looked like they were in really good condition. I get them home. I measure them. I go to take pictures, and they're flawed. There were these 2 bleach spots at the bottom of the legs. So I priced them at $14.88. It's almost half price to what we usually sell Levi's for. Also, 505s are not a good pickup. 505s are like the base model of Levi's, so they're not really going to bring you a good profit. So I don't really pick those up anymore unless they're new with tags. I will pick them up if they're new with tags, but other than that, even if they look new, I'm not going to pick up 505s. They just don't really sell for a whole lot. The next 2 things I sold together. They're both Tom James bespoke men's dress shirts. Bespoke means custom made. So we've sold quite a bit of Tom James. We sold a bunch of suits. We bought them at the Salvation Army, and we paid up a little bit for them. But these are custom made suits that were probably about $2,000 to begin with. Like originally, this guy that had these suits made for him. The problem with selling a bespoke or custom made suit is that suit was specifically made for that person. So anybody that buys it secondhand, it's not going to fit them as well as the original person. They could always get it tailored, but that's just something with, and a custom made suit isn't necessarily going to have the sizing tags in it. So you're going to have to do your sizing based on measurements, which takes some research. So, but we've sold them. We've had these for quite a while. I took a best offer of $15 each for them because he bought both of them, and I kind of wanted to get rid of them. I paid $4 each for them, and I did combined shipping, and it was like $7 something. They both wouldn't have had a flat rate. Next up was this vintage owl greeting card. This again was from my storage unit. There were maybe 300 greeting cards in there, and they were all vintage, some antique, and a couple have sold for quite a bit of money. But most of them are not worth a whole lot. There's some of them that I lotted together because selling them individually just wasn't worth it. I did sell this one for $4.88 plus shipping, 0 into it. I have so many that I'm okay with selling them for $4, $5, $6. I'm okay with that. Next up, this vintage Avon storage unit, 0 into it. Vintage Avon heart necklace and earrings set. They were new in box, and I sold them for $19.88. Free shipping? No, plus shipping. Plus shipping? Now I can't remember. I think they were plus shipping, and they only cost like $3 to ship. So whether it was free shipping or plus shipping, whatever. Next up was this New with Tags Nike t-shirt. This was an XXL and new with tags. Did I just say that? I just said that. New with tags. I sold it for $26.88 plus shipping. I only have $2 into this. This was part of a bulk buy that I did. And it was mostly Torrid clothing. And the girl, a friend of mine, I've mentioned her in my last What Sold video. She likes to shop. And I like to buy from her because everything's new with tags. She had quite a few things that weren't Torrid and snatched them up. $2. Why not? So next up, these Levi's 514 jeans sold for $26.99. $5 into them. They were plus shipping. Levi's sell very well for us. You'll see on my What Sold videos, you'll see a lot of Levi's. We sell a ton of Levi's and we sell them consistently. And I like selling them. They're very easy to sell. Next up, this was a buy that I don't even know why I bought them. I bought 3 of these dresses and I don't know how to pronounce this. So bear with me. I think it's Ijiji, but I don't know. That company sells very high-end plus-size clothing. Something new with tags, or I should say something originally bought in the store or online or whatever. Lot of money. They don't resell well, I have found. But I did sell this for $29.88 plus shipping, and I have $5 into it. This was not new with tags. The other 2 dresses that I have with that brand are new with tags. You know, they're long tail. They're not selling for me. I may take the price down a little bit. I did put free shipping on them for a while, and they still didn't move. So I would not pick up this brand again. Okay, my last item. This was very surprising to me. So, new in box, Avon Elizabeth Taylor collection. These are vintage. Elizabeth Taylor collection. This is Pave Crystal Rose brooch and clip earrings. These were in my storage unit. These were my grandmother's. My grandmother sold Avon for a long time. These were not like hers that she wore. These were new in box. She sold for a long time and she kept a lot of stuff. So there's a ton of vintage Avon in there. And vintage Avon jewelry doesn't normally sell for a large profit. However, oh my gosh, I did some research and when I looked these up, I about fell over. They were selling for around $100. And I couldn't believe that. Unfortunately, this was the only Liz Taylor jewelry that I had. I did take a best offer for $80 because I was really excited that someone offered me $80. I had it listed for $104, I think. And this is free shipping because it only costs $3 to ship. But, oh my gosh, $80 for these 2 little pieces of jewelry that aren't even, like, they're rhinestones and fake gold. I was just shocked. So shocked that I called my mom and I'm like, hey, you got any of that Liz Taylor jewelry from my grandma? And she was like, I might. I was like, can I sell it? Because she had said that she had a whole drawer full of old jewelry, Avon jewelry, and asked me if I wanted it to sell. And I was like, I don't know. Yes, I do. If it's Liz Taylor, I most certainly do. Thanks, Mom. So, yeah, I was really, really surprised by that. Pleasantly, very pleasantly surprised by that. I'll take it all day long. That was really amazing. I loved it. I loved selling that. So that's it. That's all of our sales for the weekend. And some of those, like I said, were from the week. And so tell me how your sales went this weekend. Tell me your favorite thing that you sold, or tell me something that you were surprised that sold, or like, I don't know, your best profit thing that you sold this weekend. I'm really curious to know. I'd appreciate it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. Go follow me on Instagram. It's at resell_chick. Resell chick. That's me. So I hope you have a great week, a very lucrative week, lots of profits, and until next time, we'll see you later.